ESR wireless magnetic charging mounts for your car. Let's get into this because ESR has been an amazing product and company for quite a while now. In fact, they were launched clear back in 2009-ish, and they've come a long ways. They sent me a bunch of goodies, and I'm gonna open them up for you. But this right here, this right here, this is the star of the show right here, the ESR wireless car mount for your car, and it's MagSafe compatible, or is it? Let's get into this. So look at these. We've got not one, but 5 different boxes to open up here. We have got the ESR wireless car charger, a protective phone case without MagSafe, a protective phone case with MagSafe, a universal MagSafe ring, and the Halolock kickstand wireless charger. I'm really kind of excited about this one because this thing I think is pretty creative. But let's start here with the Halolock magnetic wireless car charger, because this here, I've actually had one of these in my car since they first came out. In fact, ESR is the #1. They've been consistently in the top 3, but they're currently the #1 wireless phone charger for your car that supports MagSafe, which I absolutely love. There's no better feeling than just getting into my car, throwing my phone on the wireless MagSafe charger from ESR and going. When they first announced the MagSafe for the iPhones, I was like, yes, finally, thank you. That is exactly what we needed, because you see, I've been doing that for quite a while. I had a magnetic mount in my car, and it just made sense. Get in the car, throw the phone on the magnetic mount, and then when it came to the point where we could charge that wirelessly with the magnetic, made sense. But up until now, I've had to have a special case on my phone in order to charge it. So when the MagSafe came along, I was able to have obviously a case with the MagSafe compatibility built into it, and then this just made all the difference. So inside this box here, it is sealed, so let's break that seal right there. Be nice if I had a knife for this, but I'm doing it old school. There is a little pull tab there, which is nice. Get that plastic off, and then inside of the box, oops, just dropping things out here. In fact, let's move these off to the side there. Inside the box, as we pull this out, we have the actual MagSafe mount itself. It feels very sturdy. The protective plastic here on the front of it. Pull that off. And as you can see, it's just a nice glossy finish, and this ring here has a little bit of rubberized finish to it. And the nice thing about this rubberized finish is that this will prevent your phone from easily sliding or rotating around. In fact, let's just go ahead and get the first taste of this here. And there we go. It's already mounted and on there, and shaking it around does not move or fall off. So really loving how strong that is. Now, again, I've had one of these in my car for a while, but I wanted to unbox one for you guys here and announce I'm going to be giving this one specifically away to one of my subscribers here at my channel. So be sure to comment ESR down in the comments below, and like and share this video. If you like and share this video and comment ESR in the comments below, then I'm going to give this to one random lucky subscriber on my channel, and keyword there, subscriber. So if you haven't subscribed yet, be sure to hit that subscribe button and hit the bell notification. You could be the lucky winner of this ESR MagSafe wireless charger. But let's continue here. So also in the box is the clamp itself, which will allow us to attach this directly to the vent in the car. Now, the nice thing about this is that it does have the support brace here as well, and I'll show you that inside the car, how that's mounted. But this is really, really key when you're mounting to the vent, because this clamp right here alone in any vent mount is not going to be strong enough or stable enough. So this is a really creative way to give extra stabilization. So in order to connect these, you're simply going to unscrew this piece right there. You're going to want to make sure that this portion is put over onto the ball side, and then you just push this in, it pops right in there, and now you can screw this in like so. And this allows you to adjust the tension at which this moves around there. So a couple other things to notice here is on the bottom, we do have the USB-C charging port, which is where this cable comes into play. And let's use the cable that came with the MagSafe charger. And we're going to just plug this in right here. There we go. And now we can connect this to the bottom like so. And you'll see on the side there's a little blue light that turns on. It's actually on both sides, which is nice. So regardless of which side you're looking on, that light will come on initially. And so this is how it looks when it's all assembled. And then let's go ahead and just throw the phone on here. And we throw it on and it starts charging, as you can see there. And now ESR boasts that this will charge, it's a 15-watt charger, and it will charge almost as fast as the Apple MagSafe charger. So almost as fast as the stock official Apple MagSafe charger. This is an Apple MagSafe charger here, and they say this will give you a full charge in about 3 hours, and the ESR Magsafe wireless charger for your car will charge in 3 hours and 20 minutes. So really, really close in terms of the speed at which the ESR wireless MagSafe charger will charge and the official Apple MagSafe charger will charge. So there we go. All right, let's head into the car and take a look at this a little bit further. All right, let's get this ESR wireless MagSafe compatible charger installed into my Tesla. This is a 2018 Tesla P100D. Love this car, and we're gonna be attaching it right here into the vent mount. So what you do is you just take this piece right here. I recommend doing it before you actually attach the wireless charging portion of it, but you're simply going to open this little clamp up right here, and it's going to get inserted right into here. And as you can see, just push that in right like so. This is really cool because you can adjust this to be nice and secure right there, depending on where you have it. There are some little grippy, so I would just try it on a couple different places. In this case here, I'm going to try, don't have a lot of room right there, but I might put the vent over there a little bit. And I actually like it a little bit better there because then this support piece is solid up against the carbon fiber dash right there. And then we're just going to put this backing on, and then we can pop this on. It'll just snap in, and then we can screw the back side of this into the charger. And then when you get it kind of tight, then you can adjust this to how you want it. But that looks really, really sharp right there. I like that. And it feels pretty sturdy for what it is. We're going to do a driving test here in just a second to see. But that looks well blended into the dash there. Looks sharp, sleek. Nothing cheesy about that there on the dash. And then, moment of truth, and right on it. And we need to do one more thing, minor detail. Plug in the USB-C port cable, not port, cable to the bottom of that there. So we just put this on here like this, and we are now charging. And the phone is mounted. And I just have this USB-C cable plugged in to a port that's actually up behind the dash here. So that works really well. I can also rotate this around if I want to have it in landscape mode while I'm driving. Maybe I'm running Waze or something, and I can have that just rotated like that. Okay, let's give this mount a proper testing. So as you can see there, I've got the ESR wireless charging mount on there, and we're gonna go here and test to see how well it stays on the mount as we are driving here. This is in Park City, Utah, where the roads are very uneven, very unsteady, and so this should give it some proper testing just on regular surface streets, of course. Not taking my Tesla P100D off-roading or anything, but as you can see, they're not the smoothest roads, and it is staying on there super solid, super strong. Just very impressed with that. Should be able to hit some other bumps up here as we drive. There's one road in particular that I'm going to take that should do pretty well in testing this out. Now, I've been using ESR products for a long time, and they have amazing reviews on Amazon. Be sure to check the links in the description to see all of their products on Amazon. Everybody raves about them. I've been using their products for over a year now, and I've tested them all. Trust me, I've tested them all, and ESR knows how to build products and quality products that last. This iPhone 12 Pro Max is mounted to the ESR wireless magnetic mount for your car. It clips onto a vent mount and then magnetically connects to your phone with 18 very strong magnets and charges it wirelessly. That's impressive. We can shift our suspension now, and let's see this road here. Oh, yep. Definitely a much rougher road than we were on. Of course, I'm driving a little erratic too, but just trying to shake this thing. Let's shake this thing off if we can. So far, it is holding really strong. Oh, that's a good bump right there. That thing is staying on really nice and strong. Okay, now let's take a look at some of the cases that they sent me. Get that open. That's what fingernails are for, right? All right, so inside of the box here has the magnetic ring right there. So we'll see. Let's see if this will charge, because it actually doesn't say that it is an official made for MagSafe, but chances are it might be. So let's take a look at it here. Out of the box. All right, so this is just a clear plastic. Feels actually really quite good in the hand. That's always my first test, is how do the edges feel? How does the case feel in the hand? Because that's one of the first tests. So let's go ahead and just put my iPhone 12 Pro Max right in here. There we go. And pops in super easily. Very nice and easy. It actually looks really sharp on the back there. So the metal is actually embedded into the plastic here. So it's you can feel the metal right here. It's flush with the plastic, but this just really feels really nice in the hand. And I love how the blue iPhone is coming through. It looks really cool having the blue come through on this case, but it fits really, really well. And I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but that metal right there just really outlines the Apple logo extremely well. I do want to test it even against the official Apple MagSafe, because to me that's one of the good tests to see, does it work with the official? And it definitely does magnetize to it. Let's see if it charges it. So we'll get a lightning cable over here, plug this in like so. And now that it's plugged in, okay, so that's the difference here on this specific protective case. But let's do a test here and plug in the ESR official wireless MagSafe charger and see if that will charge this. Okay, it magnetizes to it, the blue light comes on, and it does indeed charge. So while the non-MagSafe compatible metal ringed iPhone protective case from ESR will not charge on the official Apple MagSafe charger, it will charge on the ESR wireless MagSafe charger, and it's really strong on there. Like, shaking that around, that is not coming off there. So I'm impressed that we get charging out of it, even though when we put it on the Apple MagSafe charger, we get nothing. So just something to note, that this ring will work with the ESR wireless MagSafe charging, but it will not work with the Apple MagSafe charging. So this one has made for MagSafe charging on there. Let's see how this one looks. Again, I really like the feel of these ESR cases. They just feel really good in the hand. Nice rounded corners on them. Nothing sharp feeling. Comfortable in the hand. So this one here looks like it's going to be a black case. Let's see. As we get into it here. Nice packaging. Well protected. Ooh. Wow. Yes. Look at that. That looks really good. It does have the MagSafe connector in there. And this is a really nice feeling silicone case. I'm really liking how this feels in the hands, as you would expect, being a silicone finish. It's also really cool how they have the protective portion around the camera there itself. They're actual cutout, specific cutouts for the cameras. We'll see how that fits there on the phone. But there you can see how that looks with that MagSafe insert in there to be compatible. So let's get our phone inserted in there. This is the iPhone Pro 12 Max, and that fits in very easily. And as you can see there, it just fits perfectly around those lenses and protects that entire back plate, also giving plenty of room to the flash. That's really the only portion where the blue backing on the iPhone comes through right there. It fits really well around those lenses. Just nice custom fit there around those lenses, and of course looks good on the phone itself. So wow, I really like the feel of this silicone finish that's on here. And as you notice on the interior, it had that really nice felt interior, so it's nice and protective not only of your phone but also gentle on the finish inside of here, because it has that nice felt finish on the interior there. All right, let's test this out. See how this operates. Let's first do the official ESR Wireless Magsafe Charger, and as expected, it turns on and charges. Got the blue light on the side, and it feels really sturdy. Now, the other nice thing about these ESR wireless chargers is that you can rotate the phone right on the charger itself, so you can be in landscape mode, or you can rotate it and be in portrait mode. So that's really cool. Really sturdy. Whoops, there's shake it hard enough, it'll come off. But we'll test it out in the car itself. I'm shaking it really hard. Abnormally hard. Just note. Okay, so we're gonna put the phone right there on the official Apple MagSafe charger, and it does indeed detect that it is MagSafe and it charges. So the fact that this is MagSafe compatible, absolutely accurate, because it works perfectly on an Apple MagSafe charger, and of course on the ESR wireless MagSafe charger it charges as well. So it works on both of those, which is really great to see. And I personally think that I'm going to be using this ESR protective silicone case for quite a while here, because I just love how that feels in the hand. I also like how this raised section here protects the camera. So if you can see that there on the camera, the close-up camera there, you can see how it's raised right there, and it has a really nice protective area there, so that if I'm setting the phone down like this, it's really protecting those precious lenses there, which is pretty cool. I like how they have that protective section there. So we're gonna leave that on, and let's move on to some of the other products here in the lineup. The other thing that they have here, which is really cool, is if you love your case, you absolutely love your case, but you want to be able to use the magnetized feature on the ESR wireless charger, you can get this universal ring and put it into the case that you absolutely love. So I know, like my wife, for instance, she loves the case that she has, but it's not MagSafe compatible. It doesn't work with the wireless magnet cases and or chargers. And so it's just nice that there is this option that ESR came up with. And they also have two different colored rings here, which is cool. There's a darker one and a lighter silver ring. So there are two rings inside here. Just something to note there, that you do get two rings with these. And these rings are the same rings that came in the non-MagSafe case. This clear one, so that's that same ring that's embedded in there, but you have the option to put this into any case that you want. So Look at this right here. They've got a really nice guide. So whether you have a Samsung or an iPhone, you've got templates here that will go on the back of the phone to line it up. I'll just give it a test here on my iPhone. And so on the iPhone itself, they do include this really nice tool here that you can use these templates with. And so if you pop this off right here, then these templates, depending on what phone you have, you'll be able to put these in. So I've got an iPhone 12 Pro Max. So I'm going to put this in the bottom one right here and then connect this into the bottom here. And this right here simulates a lightning port connector. So now what I can do is I can just put the charging little stub out right there into the iPhone lightning port, and that'll make sure that it's perfectly on the bottom right there, and that will perfectly align where the ring needs to be placed in order to be positioned properly with the wireless charging components inside the phone. So that was really creative, ESR, to provide you with this little jig right here that perfectly positions where you stick the magnetic ring onto the back of your phone, making it super easy to install that perfectly where you need to place it for it to work, not only with magnetizing to the mount, but also to still be able to wirelessly charge, which is really, really important. Then the last thing here, I'm really excited about this. This is the Halolock Kickstand Wireless Charger, and I thought this was really, really creative when I saw this. Also, links to all these products will be in the description of the video down below, so be sure to check those links. They are affiliate links, so we do get a little bit of a kickback when you use those links, but there's also a promo code down there for you guys to use, so be sure to use that promo code. You can get up to 10% off these products right now on Amazon, so be sure to go check those out. Click those links and use those special promo codes that ESR provided me. Okay, the inside here, instruction manual right here, and as you can see, it allows you to mount it in different configurations. And here is the actual kickstand mount itself. Some nice protective film there, and this feels really, really high quality. Nice kickstand feature right there, and that's what's nice about that, is you can just do that like that, such, and have a little kickstand. And they do provide a USB-C to USB-C charging cable. And here is the stand itself. Let's peel that plastic off. ESR logo there on it, and it's super slim, super easy. I could even see that just putting this in your pocket and carrying it with you, because it does this. It allows you to have a little kickstand, and this magnetizes, of course, to the back of a MagSafe or the ESR metal ring and gives you a nice kickstand. Not only does it give you a nice kickstand, but we can also plug in the USB-C cable. We are also going to be able to charge. So plug that in there, fits in right nicely to the side, magnetized to the back of your phone, and it is indeed charging now. So that's pretty cool that this small of a device is a MagSafe compatible charger. I think that's pretty cool that you can have this type of a nice kickstand charger. You can also do it this way and have a nice vertical mode there. I could totally see just, watching some TikTok videos, scrolling, swiping through. Really, really creative of them to build in the wireless charging and a kickstand all into one very, very sleek package. I think this is a very, very creative idea from ESR. It has a very satisfying click when it clamps right in there, and look how thin this is. In fact, let me put it up against the wireless MagSafe charger from Apple, and as you can see, thickness wise, not much different. In fact, I would venture to say those are identical in thickness. It's just pretty cool that they fit this into such a low profile form factor. And you can do the kickstand one of two ways. So you can put it like this, it's sturdy enough, and then you actually have the ability to adjust your height. So the angle, adjust the angle in which you want to view your phone at. That's how strong that, the resistance, that's how strong the resistance is on this hinge. That's really cool. I like that because you can really adjust it to whatever angle you want to be viewing your device at. So good job, ESR. Like this wireless charging kickstand, and it's just such a small form factor, so you can do it that way. You can also do it this way. You can also just use it even without the charging. So if it's connected, of course, you don't have to have it charging, and just creates a nice little kickstand. Pop it back in there. You even leave it on your phone if you wanted to, but this is something I could see taking on traveling or just having on my desk. Super low profile, easy to keep it out of the way when I'm not using it, so really like that. Huge shout out to ESR for not only providing a great coupon code for all of my subscribers, be sure to check that out, but also for being so creative in this space of wireless charging for your iPhone or your Samsung Android phone. So if you have not checked out ESR, be sure to click the links in the description of this video because they have amazing products. They're the top rated wireless charger accessories for your iPhone, and be sure to check them out. Also, you might like this video right here, so you should probably check that out as well. See you guys in the next video.